Buddy, welcome to MJ Movies. Today I'll be yakking the film Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. This film is directed by Pete Hewitt. In this film, we see Bill and Ted getting ready to take their relationships with the princesses to the next level when an evil villain from the future sends back two evil robots to take their place. Bill and Ted ultimately perish, and then they go on the run in the afterlife, only to eventually return to the real life, or the living life, if you will, and then vanquish both the evil robots and the evil villain from the future. This film features, once again, in their titular roles, Keanu Reeves as Ted Theodore Logan and Alex Winter as William S. Preston Esquire. We've got George Carlin in there for a second. William Sadler plays the ultimate sad gentleman, although he's not quite sad in this one, Death. And then there's some cameos in here, which you may or may not recognize. I would say that in the beginning of this movie, there was a couple of scenes where I thought, all right, this looks a little bit more silly than the last one, and there's some product placement, so this might not be as good as the original. And largely those fears were for naught. This film, I would say, overall is pretty good. It's not quite as great as the first one, not quite as charming as the first one, but it's still really funny. It's still enjoyable. It still rocks. I will say, though, if you watched the last one and did not enjoy it, and you're watching this one, first off, I'd question why. But if you're not chuckling by the first couple minutes of this one, then you might just want to leave this one to the side, because it's all much more of the same. I will say, for me, air guitar never gets old. And also in this movie, there was a lot of practical effects, which I always appreciate now that we live in an era where everything is CGI and it looks varying degrees of not great. So for me, overall, I would say that this installment in the franchise is definitely not heinous. It is most, for sure, radical to the extreme. I will say between yay, nay, and in between. This one for me is still a very strong yay. Although if you don't like rude dudes with tude, this one might still be a nay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe. Cheers.